girl Sharmila.
A very good evening and welcome to From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken on Island Zone Radio. It's a rainy day here in New York, but guess what? My brown sugar looked like it's a big sunshine in the studio. She looked very sparkling with her necklace, her earring, her matching lipstick, and guess what? You see her nails. She is ready to rumble tonight. Again, good evening and welcome to From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken. Radhika, how are you doing today?
I am doing rather well. Lee is making his, moves here.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, Hurricane Lee. And it's been a long, rainy weekend here in New York City, in Queens at least. But let me say a hearty welcome and a huge thank you to everyone who logged on tonight to From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken. It's 8:30, and yes, our schedule changed from 8:30 to 10:30. All right? So now, let's see. First of all, I just want to let you guys know, we were supposed to draw the raffle tonight, right? But we have postponed it a little bit because we did not get all our tickets in back again. We have tickets out and we did not get them in, so we will set another date for the raffle drawing. But anyway, all those who need raffle tickets, please contact either Ken or myself. The tickets are $5 each, and the prizes are, it's a tablet, it's a sari, it's a warmer and a candle warmer, and a makeup, right? The body makeup set, yes. I don't have the paperwork here because, as I said, we gave them out and we did not collect everything back as yet. So please call us for raffle tickets, because Ken is doing so much work and paying so much for it and playing so much things that we're trying to give back something to get in back some money. It's a little fundraiser for our efforts. Before we start, I want to send out heartfelt condolences to our very own Sonia Chandani.
Correct.
She just lost to her and her sister and to all their family, all the family members, and the bereaved friends as well. Her mother passed away last Monday evening in Michigan, so she's not even here so that we can give her hugs. But Sonia, we are sending you much love and much hugs, and our heart is there with you.
That's right, that's right. On behalf of all of us here on Island Zone Radio, we would like to extend to you our deepest sympathy. We pray that God will bless Mommy and bless all of you to God will find a resting place for her. And so, Sonia, we love you dearly, and I'm sorry that the funeral is in Michigan. So none of us here, we can go to represent us in the show. Nevertheless, you know that we love you. I'm so glad to see Pandit Yogeshwar in the chat box. Hi Pandit, good evening. How are you? The first time we are using headpiece, me and you accustomed to this kind of thing. I am not accustomed to it, so it's a little uncomfortable. Nevertheless, I don't have to worry to put my mouth to the mic all the time. I move my head. It's fun to be getting up there. So thank God for that. Thanks to DJ Fest.
You will get the knack. You will get a knack of it soon. Anyway, we just want to shout out before we get serious and into business. We also want to shout out birthday greetings. Birthday greetings going out to our very own Shanta Shifdat, Maria Jeffers, Rick Ramdihal, and his son Nirvan Ramdihal. I think there's just a day or two difference between the
Okay.
birthdays. Devi Singh, my friend Ram Bishun, all the way from Mahaika too, Mahaika, my area, Pandit Shivertan, and to everyone who's celebrating their birthday this week. God's blessings in abundance for many, many more happy and healthy birthdays to come. And Ken, what is it today? Do you know?
Of course.
What are we celebrating
It's
today?
Daughter's Day.
Yeah, today is National Daughters Day. It's a day to celebrate and cherish our daughters who bring so much love and joy into our lives. We don't really need a reason to celebrate our children, but it's nice to be given an opportunity, right, to pay our daughters some extra attention and show them how much they're loved. What do you say?
Absolutely. But you know, I always wanted a daughter, but unfortunately, I didn't get a daughter. But you know what? It's okay.
I'm coming to that. So, okay, that's not to say that our sons don't do their part, right? My son is my heartbeat. But today, it's all about our daughters. And by the way, mark your calendars, moms and dads. October 6th is actually National Transfer Money Day to your daughters. You know,
Well,
October 6th. If you have a daughter, get them that pocket change, that
do you,
pocket piece.
do you plan to
You know?
give them any money? You have any to give them?
Yeah,
You got two
20 bucks,
daughters.
20 bucks, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
something is something, right?
Yes.
Coffee, maybe it only do for some Starbucks coffee, who knows? Okay, and if your parents forget, daughters, if your parents forget, just set them straight, right? So I want to shout out to my Anjani and my Shani. Happy Daughter's Day to both of you. Ken, I know you're blessed with two sons, right? And I know it has always been in your heart that
Oh,
you
yes.
wanted a daughter as well. And I know you love some of the girls that have been so nice to you around. You treat them like your very own daughters, and you say you wish some of them. One that comes to mind is Kim Ross.
Kim Ross, that's my
Yes.
baby. That's my
Yes.
own child.
I know that.
You kiss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure anymore else, but I know you love that girl like your own daughter.
I love Kim Ross, and I hope that that you know that someone can. If you guys hear me, just tell Kim Ross, Ken announce over the radio that I love her. And I always say that you know if my son was big enough, I will tell him, listen to me. I want you to marry this girl. Unfortunately, I can't do that. My son is small. But Kim is dear to me. She's very dear to me. She lights me up when I'm next to her, you know.
Yes.
What can I tell you?
But let's say, you know what? I just wanted to comment, right? There is a history of how National Daughters Day came about,
Go ahead.
right? But it's actually a story for another rainy day. But I do have to say it. The gist of it is that the idea of Daughters Day blossomed in India, right? I don't know if you remember in India, in times of yore, it was a stigma to have a baby girl. It was a
Right.
stigma to have a daughter in India, right? But it's no longer the case, at least not in the big cities. In some parts of India, yeah, when a woman births a girl child, she is still penalized for it, which is sad. But that is something that I think that we can discuss in another program. But today we celebrate all the girls, all the daughters, our daughters, everybody daughters. And October 6th, remember to make that little money transfer to them, right? But I don't know why, I think we have to discuss one day. why the mother is penalized for getting a girl baby. I
Right.
think that the dad has more to do with it.
I want to believe that from
Yeah.
what I hope I'm correct that is the father who's responsible for
For
that gene,
the
to
gene of
get
the
that
baby,
child. So
yeah.
yes.
Well, actually, it's the one who swim fastest, but
Yeah,
it comes from
I always
him,
talk
you
about
know.
the sperm. We are all blessed because that our sperm, my dad's sperm, I was a blessed, the lucky one, you too, and so we are blessed and lucky. But one of the things that I always want to say that, I was an older guy when I get my first child, but I want to tell people that it's just a blessing to have to be a parents, to have kids, whether boy or girl. Yeah.
Children are a blessing. Children are a blessing. So there's so many people who want who their dream is to get the child, baby, and sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's not. But if God says it, you'll be blessed as a parent. And if not, there are so many other children that need parents. Adoption is also an option.
Exactly so.
So, all right. So yesterday I saw you had a beautiful program with Bibi Ali,
Right.
right? It's September is the Suicide Month, and I was just thinking of a recap of her history, of her story.
You know,
How did that? It was a very sad story, losing your father to suicide at the age of 14 and then having to take over the responsibility of 7 siblings and the mother as well. That was sad.
it's a sad story, but one of the things that I've learned from yesterday's interview is that, she is 63, but she have managed to do really well for herself. She's the author of 3 books. She have her kids. She was in Venezuela. She owned her own salon, and so on. So what I learned from her is that despite wherever you came from, you can always come out to be a star, and that she was, and that's what she is. She's a star. So I want to big up Bibi, and I hope you could bring her back. She's very articulate, and she tell her story so good. She is very helpful. So Bibi, if you're listening to me, I pray that God will continue to bless you. And it has to be difficult. I believe that her dad was probably depressed because one of the things that the father had 8 children, he probably was not working as much. He was drinking. The mother was getting upset at him, and she didn't want him. She left him, and so all of that do take um, people take that on to be a problem, and so I was surprised that he burned himself to death. Not
Oh,
a lot of
that,
people,
yeah.
yes, not a lot of people really burn themselves to death. Most people want to drink poison or hang themselves and so on. But it's a long time, so I want to encourage people that when you have problems, is that you go ahead and you talk about it, and see how best you can solve them. It was nice that, and we don't know what happened really to her mom, that she walked away with 8 children. So that was difficult. Imagine a father have to let go of 8 children, how difficult that was. But he did had a great bond, a great relationship with her. So that's a great thing. Um,
I know in that time maybe it was difficult to talk to people about your stories and everything, but I just want to shout out that present day here now, there are many ways that, if you have suicidal thoughts, right? I just want to say reach out to someone, send a message. Whenever you get a chance, send a message and tell the person, whenever you get a chance, can you please call me? I really feel alone and suicidal, and I could use some support. And if that person, if you are the person who gets that call, or a family member gets that call, please, please, please call and support that person. And you can call, what's the number, the hotline for
Um,
suicide?
I always tell people that in case you are suicidal and you are with somebody who's suicidal, the best thing to do is call 911 and don't leave that person by themselves. Because so many people, when you turn your back, that's the time they want to go and harm themselves. Also, another thing you want to do is that if you know that someone is suicidal, if you have guns, you lock them away. If you have any kind of weapon, you hide them up and so on, so that that person will not have any access. But if you're not sure what to do, the safest thing to do is that you call 911.
That's the safest thing. What about in Guyana? Is there a hotline in
There is a
Guyana?
hotline in Guyana. I will have to try pull that up, but there is a lot of help too in Guyana. One of the things that I want to say that suicide has been down a little bit in Guyana. We were number 2 one time, and I'm not sure exactly where we at, but it's going down. And I'm not hearing as much people taking their own lives in Guyana. People are reaching out for help. That is a good thing.
Right. Well, that's what I was just going to say. Make sure, if you're having these thoughts, contact a loved one. Contact somebody close to you. Tell them, I don't want to die, but I don't know how to live. I don't know how to live. Talking with you may help me. Please help me feel safe. Are you free to talk? And please, I'm asking everyone, if you do get a call, make the time to talk with that person. Send somebody over if you're not nearby. Make that contact. You can save a life.
And when I'm talking about that, Sonia Chandani, who is a friend of our show, one of the things that I like about her, she always, like, if she sees something on Facebook, she would hit me up right there. Ken, you need to check on this person's page. You need to read what they're saying, or you need to get in touch with them. And that's a great thing. And that's what we do. If you see somebody that wrote something on Facebook, because sometimes people send out signals that, you know what, I'm tired of living, I don't want to live no more. When you hear those kind of things, it should raise a red flag with you that, you know what, you want to save that person. Get them help. And one of the other things that I want to say is that suicide is preventable.
It is preventable. You know, everyone can help prevent suicide by learning the warning signs, by promoting prevention and resilience to these people, and by committing to a social change. You know, as we're saying, we're trying to bring awareness. If you're having suicidal thoughts, express your feeling. Tell somebody, this is really hard for me, but I'm having thoughts, and I'm having these thoughts, and it might help me to talk with you, right? Are you free to talk with me? Make yourself free for that.
And not to cut you off, I think we need to do a play on that. Let's do a little play when plays get a little cold. That you see, I'm
We have
smiling,
some
right?
extra
I'm gonna
time,
make her
yes.
smile now. I just have to
Yeah.
wring her neck a little bit to get her to do some more acting. But it is something for us to do to see how to do things. And I could be a patient, or I could be the nurse. And so it's just we do something that's very small. And I think you could do good as a patient, and I could be the nurse talking to you.
Yeah,
Right?
let's see. You can be a good doctor. John is actually saying 911 is for emergencies.
Right, right.
And there is a local contact number for counseling on suicide. And Tara Singh said you can also call 311.
Yes.
We have some more messages that was referring to the first
Wait. Okay,
Imran, our friend Imran.
it's good to see Imran, and I was going to give him a shout out in just a minute. But let me get that number for you guys, since that, since we are talking SURs.
By the time you're getting it, I just want to. Imran sent a nice message here. He said, where is it again?
So that number is 988. You can call 988. That's the crisis line here in Guyana, in the United States. So don't forget, you call 988 and they will answer your call. But like I said, if you're not sure what to do and somebody is actively hearing voices to kill himself, 911 is the way to go. Again, don't leave them their side.
Yeah, I just want to say what Imran said regarding daughters in India before we get on and
Go ahead.
everything in. He said India, prior to COVID, India instituted a program called Beti Bacho Beti Siko. I don't know if I'm saying the right pronunciation, meaning save and educate the daughters. This was a program by Prime Minister Modi along with members of the Congress Party to save girls from trafficking. Thank you for that information, Imran.
And it's always good to have Imran and John from Queens. Thank you very much, Tara Singh. Thank you very much. We have Nafisa Noor on. Tara Singh, good evening. Felicia Kanai, good evening to you too.
My friend Ariana is on.
Yeah,
Ariana
Ariana
V.
V is on. I wish we should have had her in to chime in with us to talk about things.
Mm.
My beautiful aunt, Dolores Sigobin, is watching all the way from Hartford. Hafiza Khan is watching. Thank you very much.
My
And
cousin Shanti Shivraj is on.
I like how Panditji put it. Jai Sri Ram and Namaste to you, Mataji, to you and Mataji. You know, I like it when I hear those kind of
Yes,
things.
I love it. Yeah. We also have Oma Kumari watching from Guyana. Good night, Oma. How are you doing?
And the
All
beautiful
right.
Veronica Jaglal is watching. Thank you very much, Veronica. Thanks for your love, your support. The beautiful Miss Indra Mahbir, your good friend, is watching from
Yes.
Wisconsin. Naz is watching. Naz Ali, I think from Trinidad and Tobago. Thanks for tuning in. So it's good to have all you ladies and gentlemen. Tonight should be a hot button subtopic. We're going to talk about a lot of things. I really don't know where we're going to go.
Well, all right. I just want to end it up on the suicidal. I just didn't want to lose Imran's comment because sometimes they jump up. Anyway, suicidal thoughts may be brought on by a major transition in life, right? You may lose the death of a loved one, you lose a job, the end of a relationship, and any situation that may leave people feeling overwhelmed, desperate, hurt, and helpless,
Right.
right? They are in such great pain or in such a difficult circumstance that they feel their lives aren't worth living, Ken, right?
Right.
They think their future is hopeless. There has always been and there will always be challenges and hardships for all of us, but some people are affected more than others.
Correct.
So these people need more help. And at these difficult times in our life, the only comfort and solace that we receive are the good thoughts and words and from people who really wish the best for us, right? And those who wish to see us get up in life and succeed. Those who wish to see us happy in this life of struggles and hardship. Because we all go through struggles and hardship. I just want to ask everybody, let's try to be there for our brothers and sisters who are in dire need, who need an ear to listen to, who needs a helping hand, a thoughtful word, and advice. Let's join our hands and hearts and help each other climb out of the struggles that we are facing.
Absolutely. Also, I want to add that when someone want to kill themselves, when they're contemplating on killing themselves, they feel, you know what, I am better off dead than alive. And that's one of the things that you have to know, which is not true. You want your loved ones to be by you, right? You want to be your loved ones to be by
You
you.
want that you, no matter what, you want your loved ones to be around you.
Yeah.
When my dad was ill, they wanted to amputate his foot because heart and foot and infection, there was an option to be made. But we were thinking, no matter what, with one leg or no legs, that we still wanted my dad to be there so you
Right.
can talk to him. You can still touch one foot to get his blessings, but it didn't happen. He went on like that. So the big thing this weekend was cricket, cricket, and cricket.
Yeah.
And I heard you were planning on you had your lunch, your brunch, your plantain
They
chips
tell you?
and your nuts and
They did
everything.
tell you what they did to me. Let me clear my throat for this one. So, Radhika, the day before the cricket, I stop at Roti Paradise and I get plantain chips. I get breadfruit chips. I got pulaury. So all day now, I'm grinding my teeth because I got mango sour already. And now I went, took my plate, and I'm going to put my sour in the plate, and I'm telling Gita, help me set up the, and then she did tell me to eat out everything. I couldn't
Well,
believe it. I
oh my
get mad for
gosh.
these things. I don't get mad because they eat out my stuff.
But
Tell
they didn't
me,
tell you you would buy more.
I would have stopped at the store and pick up more chips so I could get, because I like to chew and stuff when I'm watching the game. But they eat out my chips and, well, Jesus of
Oh,
Nazareth.
poor thing.
Poor thing. They always do that to me. Sometimes, guess what? Excuse me. Sometimes I buy mango, right? And I leave them to ripe home. And I would stay all at work. I would grind my teeth, Guyana style. I'm gonna eat the mango when I go home. And when I go home and I come home and I go to the basket where the mango is supposed to be,
It's
the mango
gone.
gone. They eat the mango out.
They do abracadabra.
Abracadabra. So I get abracadabra mad because you imagine preparing to eat a mango all day, or you're going to sit down and enjoy this game. And I was going to make a fun of it because I was going to say, y'all fight with y'all chicken curry and curry chicken.
You fight
I
in the
just
fair
eat with the
plantain
plantain
chips.
chip and nice mango sour.
Oh,
But you know what? What can I tell you? It's life.
yeah.
It's not a big thing, but I get mad sometimes for these little things, you know.
So let's see. So huge congratulations to the Guyana Amazon Warriors on their win of the 2023 Caribbean Premier League, right?
Yeah.
Last night victory was it last night? Yeah.
Last night, yes.
Yeah, it's been going on so long that, so last night victory at Providence,
Providence, yes.
Providence Stadium. So what we say, go Guyana Amazon Warriors. So the team captain, Imran Tahir, led the Amazon Warriors to the title with a 9-wicket over one. I don't know cricket. I don't know what it means. So I'm going to ask you to explain. What I do know, it was the first victory, the first CPL title that Guyana has won.
Right, right.
They had
It's a big thing.
they have played 5 games of 7
Yes, final.
5 games of 7 CPL games.
Right, they went to
But
finals and they never win.
they never
But
won.
yesterday was the
Was their
day.
day.
Yesterday
Yeah.
was their day.
So I guess, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who doesn't understand cricket, but what does 9 wickets over one mean?
Well, 9 wickets still was left. 9 people left to bat.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? And so they were doing really well. I love what they were doing. And you know, one of them were one of these girls, and he was misbehaving, was jumping up for joy and so on. And one of the good thing that I like is a lot of people went to Guyana to watch this match, and so I am sure they are happy because Guyana won.
Right, Guyana
That they
won.
pay so much money to go see the match and to see the game, and then they book their flights and all these things and go. And guess what? They won. So it's a good feeling, right?
It's a good feeling, and I think Mr. Dr. Bobby Ramrup must be jumping for joy. His team won.
Yes, yes,
right?
yes.
So, viewers, that being said, and as I say, I'm not very familiar with the cricket. I know it involves a bat, a ball, a lot of running around and catching. And although we won, I am not going to claim that I know what went on. So, however, as a true patriot of Guyana, I'm happy for the win. And since I publicly owned up to my ignorance of the game, I asked my partner to enlighten us here about yesterday's game, a synopsis of his take on the victory.
Well, you know, like I said, it was a great game, a good time to watch the game. I was very impressed. You know, when I was a young boy growing up, I used to follow cricket very closely. I used to go watch cricket, but since I came to the States 30 years ago, you know, I get busy doing different things. And so I just give up cricket. But now and again, I will watch a final, or I'll watch a piece of the game and so on. Also, that what I want to talk about is that, you know, Trinidad and Tobago, their team, they get second place. And what I didn't like really is that even to the captain, they need to set a good tone for good sportsmanship in a sense that they get their medals, and as soon as they get the medal and they put it around their neck, they took it out. And I didn't like that.
Was that like a kind of
I
disrespect, do
think
you
it's
think?
kind of disrespect. No, you guys work hard, you get second place, it's okay.
Second place is good.
You know, you will get paid, whatever it is. Show some class and wear your medal and wear it proudly. You know what I'm saying? Despite whatever it is, you made it to the second place.
Second place,
So
exactly.
wear your thing. Also, another thing that I was reading this morning, I read Mahendra Ramkelawan. You know, he was talking about you know, they didn't add him to the halfway of the game, and I thought I listened to him carefully. I read his whole post, and I totally agree with him because I mean I know that there was a lot of people they couldn't put in. There was a lot of people that have there. But one of the things that I always say, as much as Ram Kelawan, he always fight for justice in Guyana for during the elections in Guyana. He was putting his life actually in his car, coursing out people, fighting for the election results. And I think that they should have had him first do something if to just show his presence because he's a great entertainer, he's a good singer. So that was my take on cricket. So I hope that I know Terry Gadraj and so on was there, which was good. But like I said, you can't put everybody. But at the same time, he does a lot for Guyana. And I don't know. I can't tell you if he has if cricket has anything to do with where the government is concerned. But the bottom line is, I would have loved to see him being a part of the half show. So you guys could tell me what you think about the game yesterday. We'll read it. Hi, Debbie G. Happy birthday to you too. May God bless you. You're a big star, girl. You get a lot of people to send you happy birthday. Yes, all them big stars send she happy birthday.
Nice.
I didn't get one of them to tell me happy birthday like that in that fashion. Yes, I saw that. Tara Singh says, I think it was rude. Yes. And our beautiful friend Shanta Flower says, absolutely right. That was so disrespectful. Even Shah Rukh Khan didn't have the manners to give a congratulatory speech. And Tara said, I guess it could be the time they had. I don't know how that goes. But Shanti Samad, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you very much. Yes, and the halftime was beautiful. Also, Imran says he don't understand cricket. Wow.
Yay, I got my partner there.
So, yeah, it was a nice game. Let's see. John says sometimes you can't get over a breakup. It is so true. It's not easy. So, Ms. Shamala Sohan, a very good evening to you. Thank you very much. Let's give them a song. Did you finish with cricket?
Um, Before we go to the end of cricket, right? I just wanted to ask you, here in New York, in Liberty Avenue, there were so many fights and brawls between the people about the cricket. The cricket is being played in Guyana. And people here they were getting violent and fighting and breaking bottles
They
and
broke up the manhole
hitting
store.
people, you know. And I saw some of the shots here and there in Guyana. The people also having brawls in the field and fighting about the cricket. It's a friendly game, people. It's a sports, you know. Do you think they need to get to that?
Yeah. You know what? I just tell Gita to put the fan on so we could get some breeze because it's hot in here. One thing with our Indian people, I was telling them today, we drink rum for if we get a baby born, if we get a daughter, if we get a son, if we get a good haircut, if we family come to America, we drink for everything.
Everything's an excuse. If we have a
Everything.
wedding,
Oh
if you
God,
have a
everything.
death,
And
if
now
you
that
have,
now we took it to a different extent. If somebody dead, we drink too.
I think that's been around a long time.
So I tell people, listen, and that's why I really don't drink. I enjoy life. I enjoy life and the game and everything with some plantain chip and some good mouth licking sour,
Sour,
that tastes good.
yeah.
Some good vinegar, salt, and
Talking
pepper.
about the mango sour, my mango sour, I barely got a little bit. So
I'm gonna
then you
make more
make
for you. I'm gonna make more for you. Don't worry.
putting in my order. So
I
yes,
got you.
so there was a lot of things. You can't please everybody all the time, and everybody has their different options. But it's a game, and let us don't get into fights over these things. Who will win will win. You know. There's also another question, well, that happened recently that that has everybody thinking. You were there, I wasn't there. There's a lot of controversy in regarding to a statement that the president made, President Irfan Ali made on his meet and greet last week,
Right.
and in regard to all right, let me start with a statement. At the request
wait.
of some our people.
Let's before we do that, let me play a nice song for them,
Okay.
and then when we come back, we talk about the president a little bit.
Okay, go
And,
ahead.
like I always tell people, you know what? We can do things nice and clean. Let's go. We need a Jare song today. And I'm glad that Narindat is on.
Somebody you know and tell them you need a jari. Lyrical. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Oh, oh, oh. Right now I feel I need a jari. Too much bad hype on me need a jari. Right now I feel I need a jari. Too much bad hype on me need a jari. I see they watching me. Why you they watching me? Just mind your business and don't worry about me. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Oh, 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 play the thing, man. Jump the thing, man. What you don't like for yourself, don't like it for no one else. What you don't like for yourself, don't like it for no one else. They say that what goes around does always come back around. Right now I feel I need a jari. Too much bad hype on me need a jari. Right now I feel I need a jari. Too much bad hype on me need a jari. I see they watching me. Why you they watching me? Just mind your business and don't worry about me. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Oh, 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 oh. Start the thing now. Play the thing now. You know I got some people just like to sit down and watch you. Hear this. You like a spy watching me. With success come jealousy. You like a spy watching me. With success come jealousy. Could anybody tell me what is bad I remedy? Right now I feel I need a jari. Too much bad hype on me need a jari. Right now I feel I need a jari. Too much bad hype on me need a jari. I see they watching me. Why you they watching me? Just mind your business and don't worry about me. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Oh, 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 oh. Lyrical in the BKVJ studio.
Hey, we're back. And I want to say thank you to my cousin Ramona Bichin for logging on this evening. I want to send our birthday greetings to you as well. And my friend here, I just saw her, Bibi Prasad. How are you doing, my girl? Sati Singh, hello. How are you doing? Navin Singh. All right. So, it, okay. Navin's saying something, a few, please don't exaggerate. It happens all over the world. Um,
I wonder
I,
what Navin
yeah,
means.
I don't know what,
If you can
yeah,
explain
yeah.
Navin so that,
Pandit Yogeshwar was saying that Guyana won, I think this is the first CPL, but he's saying that they won a T20 or something.
yeah, I think I'm going to read. He said it's not the first time that Guyana won the T20 tournament. Guyana won the very first T20 tournament that was played in the Caribbean, Sanford T20 in the 2006. They won against Trinidad and Tobago in that game as well. Well, congratulations. Um, so as you were talking about,
Yeah, we were gonna go now. Last week, last week I couldn't go to the meet and greet, but I know a lot of you, a lot of my friends were there. And a lot of people, even on Facebook, there's been a lot of controversy in regard to the president's statement, President Irfan Ali's statement that um, he says that somebody asked, I'm not sure if it's you, Patricia Raghunandan, somebody asked about the freight of Guyana. I don't know
yeah,
the
Patricia,
question. Do you remember the question?
she asked the question.
Yeah, about freight in Guyana. I know you sent barrels and the freight is quite hefty. You sent a few barrels, it was nearly $600 to send from here to Guyana.
Right, right.
And it was a few barrels and a few boxes.
Right.
And when you go to Guyana, you had to send back another 400 and change
I sent
to
400.
clear there. So your questions were asking if you're helping the people, how to waive some of the fees, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. So I think that he said that in Guyana, people do not need Guyanese from the diaspora to send barrels, not barrels, but pampers and wheelchairs and chalks and all the medical supplies that people who are bedridden or people who are sick need in Guyana. And according to reporters and many compatriots, they say present at the New York City President question and answers, when he said there's no need to send these things, but they can get all these things in Guyana. But the people are saying, you know, the poor people are saying, we can't get these things. They're saying different things. They don't know where to go. So my question would be, how would these people get to know who do they apply to? Who do they call? How do they get all these necessities the presidency are available in Guyana to them? You know, every day, both you and my messenger is full of messages from people in Guyana looking for help. They're looking, they're in a situation that they need this help. But if they're saying, oh, they don't need, the president is saying these people don't need the help, but the poor people are still crying out that they're not getting these things. My question would be, how do we get to know who to call, where to call, whose number do they call? What's the process for them to get these things?
Well, let's start a little bit. It was something that it was on my mind after listening to the president. And, I'm from Lenora, he's from Lenora too. Radhika, like you said before, it was something that I reluctantly want to talk about because I like the president. I like what he's doing.
We
He was
like
ve-
him.
He was very
It's not
articulate.
yeah, we like him.
Um,
But the question that he says is there, but we don't know how do they get it.
Right,
It
so-
may be there. How do they get it?
Right, and you and I know that every day people call us, they need wheelchair, they need Pampers and so on. But the truth of the matter is that these things are not filtered down to the poor people in Guyana. That I could tell you. A lot of people send things to Guyana and for the poor people, and they're glad they get it. Some people can't afford to buy food for themselves. What about buy Pampers and so on? I'm careful what I'm going to say, but as a citizen here of the United States, I always tell myself that if I were the president, I would have just say, and you asked me the question, so I'm going to answer you. If I were the president, I'll make it very short. And every country in the United States, in this world, they have rich people, they have poor people. They have some people in America that can't afford to buy Pampers. They have people in America that sometimes cannot afford to buy food. They eat cat food and dog food and these kind of things. you know. So, but if I was the president, I would have said, I want to say thank you to all of you in the diaspora who send things to Guyana. It really helped us out. Yes, we get all. Yes, we have a lot of things. Unfortunately, we are not getting everything to the poor people or where these things are really needed. And thank you so much for getting these things to Guyana. I always think, and today I was thinking carefully what I was going to say. Um, if you ask me this question, I always believe that a president or a good leader would, you define them by how they take care of their poor people. You know, and as a nurse for over 30 years, I also want to add that in the United States, discharge planning starts when you get admitted. And if you are going to have an amputation or you cannot walk or you have a stroke, upon discharge, you are given a wheelchair, a walk. You have somebody from the physical therapy department is going to come, they're going to assess you, they will see if you need a wheelchair, a walker, or a cane, and what they will do is teach you how to use these things. And upon discharge, you get these things to take home.
Right.
Not that you will have to go to a system to get these things, if you know what I mean.
I see Sahid Bakshi made a comment here, check with the Home Affairs Minister. But a lot of people say that, you go there and you get a runaround. If you don't know people, you have to know someone to get through, to get somebody to help you. A lot of family members here in the United States say that they have to send supply to their families because although they're bedridden or they can't walk, or they're very sick, their families are told that I don't know, I haven't been to Guyana, right? But say they said that some of these people who have approached the ministries, they are told that they are getting a $33,000 Guyana dollar pension, and that is all they are entitled to. And then again, several people say even those hampers that are given out by the government, I don't say the government has a fault, but sometimes I don't know if they need to keep a tighter rein something. But these hampers, people say that even the hampers is the person who is the distributor of these things, they end up to their family and friends. And the poor people who really needs it does not get it.
I am surprised that Shahid said, why don't you ask the president who or where to get it? Listen, in fact, to be very honest with you, and I'm going to tell you how my question came about. I didn't plan to really go as far as I'm going to go now, but this is how, and Shahid, I want you to listen carefully what I'm going to say. A couple of weeks ago, someone reached out to me about a young guy who was bedridden and who had bed sore all of his back, his buttocks, and so on, and that he was not getting the kind of care that he really need in Guyana. And so I reached out to this mother, and I was trying to see how best I could help. Then another day, in fact, I was going to send a box with stuff for him, with Pampers and everything for him. The next thing I know is that I saw a video on Facebook where he was crying for pain, and they could not afford to get the ambulance to pay for him to transport him to the hospital. The person who put it on Facebook, they tagged me, they tagged the president of Guyana, they tagged the health minister. Well, the good thing is that the president intervened. He contacted the Minister of Health and the CEO of the George Chung Hospital. And the same day, when I was going to help him get transported to West Damar Regional Hospital, that's when the president intervened and they took him to the hospital. I think he's still in the hospital. And so I want to say, and without having a bad feelings for anyone, that listen, none of us should complain of pain and live with pain. We should be able to get the care there is. I don't care if you're poor, you're rich, you're Muslim, you're Christian, whatever it is. If you are having bed sores at stage 4, your bone is showing, your backbone is showing, you need to be in the hospital and to get the dressing that you need to get. And I'm speaking as a nurse, not as a talk show host here today. People need to get care, and they need to get care when they need it. You know what I'm saying? We could make excuses for people, but if you don't tell people how to get the care, then
How
people
will
will
they
not
get
know.
it? Yeah.
You know.
And Guyana, not everybody has access to, they don't have access to phones, and not everybody does because of money again.
And you know, Shahid, I'm not saying no. I am not saying no. The government is not doing good. I am not saying the president is not helping people. What I'm saying, a lot of poor people in Guyana is suffering. A lot of them. I went to Guyana and I see
I like
myself.
the president. I love him, but I don't think he knows. He delegates. Laws are there. But who takes, that's why I'm asking, should there be a tighter rein on the things that are going from him?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not doing what he's supposed to do, but things along the journey, they get lost.
Right.
And the people who would really need should the poor people who really needs should be given help. Sometimes a lot of these people don't know where to go, who to go to. So, and
And yeah, it is true.
Pandit Yogeshwar is making some, you know,
Let's create a link of liaison both here and Guyana to vet qualified recipient. Mr. President needs to provide a point of contact that will handle, manage, and or authorize the wheelchair request. The list of requirements to be qualified should be furnished by the government. The application process, forms required, etc. The process, time frame, and follow-up of point of contact, email, phone number. You know, listen, I want to be honest with you. I just want the people who don't have a wheelchair get a wheelchair. And I'm not putting blame on anybody. I'm not casting blame on anybody. But we made, from last year, you and I sit right here in this seat, and we said that those who don't have a wheelchair, we're going to provide the wheelchair for them in Guyana. And I believe, like, like Martin Luther King said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you could do for
do
your
for your
country.
country.
And if I be honest with you, on that day, a just simple thank you very much probably would have eased all of this what we are talking about today.
Yeah, I mean, he knows he has those things in process. It's past. People should get them. But people needs to know, who do we contact? How do we get it? You know, these kind of things.
And
So,
that teach me, you know, Radhika, when I was going to nursing school, I learned one thing. Effective communication is where you send a message to someone, they get that message, and they relay back to you that they got the message. And that's effective communication. But if you have food for people and they don't know how to get the food, then there is no good communication.
exactly.
So I only hope that in all of this discussion that we are talking about, and if anybody wants to let the president know what we talk, let them know the whole story what we're talking about. We want, as humanitarian, as advocate for the poor people in Guyana, that people get what's they not I don't want to say what they deserve, what they need.
Whatever
Right?
is needed, yes. I think so he said here too that all those who are getting dialysis, they get over 60,000 per year. Is that enough? I don't know. I don't
I
know
have
60,000 Guyana. I don't have no clue.
Let me read what Pandit
Yes.
says. John says, John F. Kennedy said that too, so that's good. I will check about what the president say, where to get what. Yes, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. Listen, we all can help. If a lot of people
Yeah.
call me and give me stuff.
Yeah, if Sahid can, you know, if you check it out, Sahid, and you get some information, we would gladly share it. It's not that we're saying that the president is not doing, he is doing what he's supposed to do, and he makes his laws and he delegates, but he can't do everything by himself. We don't know along the chain line. People are saying they're not getting these things. So we don't know if there's any hiccups along the chain line. So if you can get us a number, we would really appreciate it to give to some of the people who are reaching out to us as well,
Yeah.
you know.
Where can they, where can they go and get a wheelchair if they need it? You know, that's basically it, you know. Because I really feel in my soul that I don't like to see someone, and because I'm in North America, and Shahid would know that in these countries, not because you don't have you have an amputation or you have a stroke, that means you will confine to bed all the time. In America and Canada, if you're sick and you have a stroke or amputation, you can still live life. You can go to different rides. You can go to wherever people go to to the
Oh,
where
here they have
they play where they
the
play the
casinos.
casinos and stuff.
I've seen a lot
You
of
can
them,
still
even
live a
with the
life. Yeah.
sail line and everything there. I've seen people
And
there.
Bibi, I
So,
want to say thank you very much to Bibi Ali. She tuned in. Thank you very much for opening up with your story, and I'm sure that your story will has resonated with so many people, you know, and that your story will help people to know that despite whatever happened in life, that they could get help, and there is help always available.
always. Um, let's see what else we have. Do we want to play a
I see
song
Bibi
now?
Ahmad said, and she is a domestic violence advocate in Guyana. Persons can contact the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security regarding wheelchair requests. And the thing is that would they get it, and how long would it take to get it? So all we are saying is that we want these people to get these services, and probably the president is right. They have a lot of these things here in Guyana, but it, is the people getting these kind of services that they really need?
And then
My
again, are these services free or do they have to pay for these things too?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean,
Jerry is watching. Dear Narayan from Suriname, thank you very much for watching. Patricia K2 watching from CI, thank you very much. God bless you. Thanks um, for tuning in. And yes, Shahid, we're gonna give you that job. Do us a favor, help us get to find out if people need a wheelchair, where can they get it? How long does it take for someone to get it? And I would advocate for, like, if someone need a wheelchair, let it get it upon discharge. Let the social worker work with the hospital or with the agency, and that they get a wheelchair. The same time, go home with a wheelchair, walker or cane. What do you think?
Shade, I just want you to know, sometimes we get desperate calls that people, they need a walker, they need a wheelchair. And the Pampers we send because we know they're needing it. But if they can get it right there, and you can help us that they can get it right there. I remember once somebody wanted a wheelchair, and we were crazy looking, how do we get it to them on time? You sent it in a box so that they can get it, like it was the fastest way to get it.
Right, right.
But then if we know how they can get it in Guyana, we don't know how they can get it in Guyana either.
Absolutely.
So if we know, we can actually direct them to
Yeah.
get these things.
When people call us, all we got to do, say call 1-800-255, whatever the number is, and that they could get it. Because sometimes we off, we you know how we run to get these things to send to Guyana, you know. So it's something that we are looking into.
Tara Singh, she's asking, well, I actually heard a story today about the over 100 Venezuelan people living in one house in Zeeburg on the West Coast. Um, Video was, yeah, from Rosalind Madre Debbie. Yeah, she was sending out the video on that. I did not see the video, but somebody called me to tell me about it. There were like 100 people living in one house, children, mother, father, and everything. So Rosalind, she's a humanitarian, works over in Guyana, and she supplies food to a lot of people. So she had her car full of things going to distribute food to everybody. When she reached this house, though, she said, no, we have to discharge everything at this one place. Because there were hammocks. She said, I believe there were like a lot of hammocks downstairs and hammocks upstairs. And usually one family, an entire family, used to sleep in one hammock and all of that. So she said she had like, she cooked and she took like 150 meals. So she gave the children first, then the women, then the men. But I did not see the videos yet, but that is one thing that I have to look at. But it's a very sad situation.
You know, I see Jerry was talking. You know, I was I attended Red Cross in Guyana, and I I closed down, actually, I was the last person that closed down the West Demerara Red Cross. And that's when I went to nursing school because I couldn't do both at the same time. But there's many nights that I lay on my bed and was like, should I really start back my organization in Guyana and to open a Red Cross to help young girls to get into nursing school, just like how I get into nursing school. So I don't know if I should start back something in Guyana, but I'm a busy guy when I say that. It will take time to do things, to go back to Guyana and do these things. But it is something that I always thought about, that how I could open back a Red Cross in Guyana to help. So it's something, I'm glad you brought that up. So something that Radhika and I could talk about. But the other thing is that we have about 6 people on the west coast of Demerara, Parika, we got people in Wales, Canal, who we send these things to, and they make sure that these people get these kind of things. And but we are trying our
People
very
from
best.
Berbice and
Berbice and
Essequibo
Essequibo
Coast
and so
and
on.
everything,
So,
they're reaching out.
yeah, we get
So-
requests all over the place. What can I tell you?
I just want to read a comment from the Pandit Yogeshwar again. He says, my previous comment was echoing the call to establish a line of contact that you can provide to Guyana regarding the requests that you receive for wheelchairs. That's where when we receive these requests, we can, send them the info that we have. That way you can focus your efforts, funds, and dedication in other deprived areas. If Guyana has a surplus of wheelchair, then there shouldn't be any need for us bracing all the fees to send it from here. The President proclaimed firmly to decide from sending wheelchair and pampers. I'm sorry I can't type as fast as you guys are addressing these. Oh gosh, you're doing a good job, Pandit.
Yeah. So yeah, probably we could team up with Pandit too and see how we could help too. Um, but we trying our very best. Don't get me wrong, and we are not complaining. We are not.
We will still be sending. We will still be sending barrels right now. Ken can't park his car in his garage because it's full of stuff to send again.
I have
so.
on Wednesday I'll be sending a small crate to Guyana with about 5 wheelchairs, walker, cane, different stuff. So, no matter what, I believe, and this has no politics inside, no matter what, Radhika, a country is, some countries, most countries have poor people, and there is a need for these things in different parts, especially we're saving, and a lot of people want to do good. A lot of people want to contribute towards these things. That's why we're able to send things that I go and I collect these things and I save them, and then I ask for a little donation here and there, and we get money and we send these things, so which is a good thing. So
And the people here, they're
Some people
backing.
good.
People are good. People they
We
know
wanna
to
give.
help. Everybody wants to give and help a little
we get a
bit.
little dachshund here and there,
So-
Pandit, and we're able to send the little things to Guyana. So, and we will continue to do what we got to do. There's a lot of people that want to, how come there's no mention of Body Sing I Got Your Back organization?
We don't.
If I be honest with you, we are not focusing on anybody, what they do. We are just talking about us,
Yeah.
Mr.
We know about ourselves. We don't know.
But as he mentioned about that, and Body Singh is a big guy over here. He's bigger than us. He sent containers to Guyana, and he does a fantastic job in Guyana too. So, and like somebody said, there are so many of us that are doing things for Guyana, and so we are not counting who and who is doing what, but we are just saying, what we plan to do and how we look at things. We want to help. It's not we don't want to help. We want to grow and to make a difference in the community that support us.
Exactly.
Yes. So, what about the migrants problem? Oh God, that's a whole big story there, Shahid. It's a whole.
That's a topic for
that's-
another week.
You make the mayor get mad with me now for talk about these kind of things. To be.
I'm gonna ask Pandit to reserve next Monday to come on the show with us.
Oh, we could get him to come on. And the thing is that we are trying our very best on this show, not to get to talk about politics but we are talking things that really affect our community and so on. And we try our very, very best to stay away to talk about the president, to talk about things any political stuff about religion and all these kind of things. But sometimes, as advocates and so on, we chime in a little bit, but we don't want to pull anybody down. We don't want to attack anybody or these things because we believe in the good of people, right?
And I think everybody wants to help. Everybody's trying to give a hand to help those in need in Guyana. I'll say 98% of people are trying to help those.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Ken, are you talking about sending wheelchairs, etc.? I vividly remember you and I the other team up to yes. I will be. I have 5 wheelchairs actually packed in a box that's in my garage in my driveway that I'll be sending this Wednesday coming. And we just clear 5 barrels and 4 boxes, and I think it costs like $25,000. I could really say I could pull it up now on my phone. I'll tell you exactly. I'll tell you how we spend that money. Um, we spend let's see. Oh gosh, I'm not good with thing, but we spend like $5,000. I'm trying to pull these things so I don't have to where all this the information is at. So yeah, we spend. I send 5 barrels, then I send $400. It costs a total of $93,000 to clear the 5 barrels um, in Guyana yesterday, and plus we have to pay $109 to send each one of those barrels. But it's just things that we collected, what that we collected, and I have the receipt for these things in my phone because I told the person who's sending these things that I need receipt for the all that they're doing in Guyana because, I don't want nobody to say that we are stealing and so on. Yes, I pull it up. The invoice is like $5,000 to clear one of these barrels.
Bibi's actually saying she's referring to something you and her spoke about in 2019.
Oh God, we've been doing thing a long time. Bibi knows my history. Excuse me. People don't know, but I started this business with suicide prevention and domestic violence in 2018. I was very quiet about the work that I do in Guyana because I believe in quietness sometimes. And, I think John from Queens know that I was on the radio from 2018 with the Caribbean Voice, and we started with suicide prevention, domestic violence. And then I left that organization, but I've always did things quietly. I've always collected Pampers. I've always collected Pampers, wheelchair, cane, and everything. But what I used to do, I used to give it to people to send to Guyana. And sometimes I don't know what's going on, who's getting it or who's not getting it. And so one day, I had this in my mind. I said, since I have my radio show and I'm working with Radhika, and we are a team, we getting things done, and I got people who, if I ask for a little change, they will send me $100, $50, and so on. So I said to myself, since I want to have a nice, I want to build our platform in terms of how do we help people, I've decided that, I'm going to collect these wheelchair, I'm going to collect these Pampers, and I'm going to send it myself. And that's why you guys see me doing these things now. But I have been doing all these things long time ago. In 2018, I raised $2,500, and I donated $1,000 for the Guyana Nurses Association. Because of suicide, I had a suicide prevention debating competition with the Guyana School of Nursing, where I donated $100 for the student nurses too. So I've been doing things, but a lot of times I was doing it quietly. And now that you guys are hearing of some of the things that I'm doing and seeing things what I'm doing, that's why you get to know now. But listen, it's in my heart and my soul. Radhika, I can tell you, and I share my story with you since I was a little boy in Guyana. There are times that I need things in my life. I couldn't get it. I know what the need is. I know when you're hungry how it feels. And I'm not saying I was starving. Please don't get me wrong. And I know what it is if you need something and somebody tell you no. So that's why I've been doing these things. I want to help people. I want to help people who don't have. I want to help those people who can afford to buy these these Pampers and wheelchair. And all I tell people, I mean, it's nice to get a nice compliment now and again, and that's the little fuel for the tank. But I got to be honest with you, and I tell you this all the time, um, is that all I ask people to do for me is to pray for me. That's all. I remember when I was a young nurse. I'm gonna put it in a way that I don't get in. Nobody can get me in trouble like that. Anyway, there was an old lady that was begging me for medication, and when I was a young nurse, I was like 26 years old then, and I keep forgetting it all the time. And one day I was home, and I was lying in the hammock, and she said, "Bye, you know, I bring the medication with me. A little money you want?"
Oh,
And that thing hit me hard because the truth of the matter is, I strongly believe I'm going to watch you guys and I'll tell you, if I take money from poor people, that's a sin. I believe it's a sin. And I never forget that story over 30 years ago. And I promised myself that that next day, I'm going to go and no matter what, I will get that medication for that lady. And so, Radhika, I went and I begged and I got that medication for her and I gave it to her. And that's why I tell people, because I have the philosophy of, listen, a $20 from people would not make me rich, even gonna fool me eye. You know what I'm talking about. So I believe in giving back because I'm blessed. My cup is overfull. That's why I give you guys what my cup is overflowing from. I got a beautiful wife. I got my sons. I got Radhika next to me. We try our best to see how we could help each other. Sometimes we talk all day. Sometimes a whole week we don't talk. But bottom line is, and I'm just saying this to let you guys know that when I had COVID in 2019, I was actually near dying, and there was something that came to me and said that you are not going to die. And after that, I was suffering from COVID, and I heard thousands of people were dying. I say to myself that if I survive COVID 19 when thousands of people are dying or dying out, I said, the rest of my life that I will serve people. That's all, is to serve people.
I know. Talking about COVID, I just remember next Sunday, Panditji, remember to send me the information for next Sunday at Smoky Park. There will be a gathering for a tree was planted for COVID. I'm not sure how it goes, but there will be a ceremony there next week on this COVID and whatever. And I'm nominating you to give a little speech because I know you suffered twice from the COVID effects. You were nearly on the edge of death.
Sometimes I
So,
used to have, my wife don't know, and probably for the first time that she's hearing, I'm going to say this, but a lot of times I was close to say, call 911. I may not be able to take my next breath, or I'm getting short of breath. I used to walk up that step, and at the end of that stairs, I used to wonder if do I have to call 911 or not. But you know, God have me to do His work, so that's why you see I fight to do things for people and to make a difference in our community. I have done all that I can for myself, my family, so now my cup is overflowing with blessings. So that's what I'm sharing with the people.
well, I've
Right?
been working in the humanitarian field for quite a while too. I'm with the Nirvana Humanitarian Foundation, and we also do contributions all over. Um, with the Indo-Caribbean Federation, we are also helping others. We just built the Leg One Hospital, the ward, the maternity ward, and right now we're doing the tiles for the Blind Institute in Georgetown,
Right.
and painting the facility. So we're always doing projects at the Port Moran and Port Morant. The ICF also put up the morgue so that people can, have a better. They don't have to pay so much at the funeral parlor, and then together with you, we're still doing a lot of work. So we have this humanitarian heart to help others.
When I looked down, I saw um, I saw, and when I talk about her, I always get kind of emotional because, but people don't understand. Neela Pawaru, what a great human being, a person um, who always look out for humankind, and she don't let me say anything to put her on on the spot. But um, some of you guys don't know, but behind me there is some great human beings that stand up behind me, that's carrying me, um, and that's why we're able to do all these things. Some people send me money to make sure that these things get done, and so that's why um, I cannot stop. It's people who genuinely want to give and to support people. So all of you, and I'm gonna in the future I may not say the names of people who help really because we live in a community, and I didn't want to bring this up now, but where um, people take advantage of people sometimes, and they like to cause problems, and we will talk a little bit about that later on. Let's play a song. You want to say anything, and we catch a breath.
Yeah, I just want to send the COVID remembrance memorial data, and we'll repeat it at the end too. So it's not this Sunday; it's October 8th, the following Sunday. The Federation of Hindu Mandirs, in collaboration with the USA Pandits Parishad, have their second annual COVID remembrance memorial. It's it's going to be at the Smoky Park. Smoky Park is there.
Yeah,
The
2 o'clock,
time,
Sunday
2
at 2
o'clock.
o'clock.
Oh,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah. It's going to be at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. So Rich is there. I think the mayor is also going to be there. And Ken, if you would like to say something on your COVID and your experience,
I
Pandit, can
yeah.
you get him on the program?
It's okay if I don't, but I'm working till 2 3 o'clock. If possible, it's okay if I don't get to, but if they want me to go and talk, I can come. I could be like 3:15, whatever it is. But it's not a must, you know. We have our platform, and but if you really need me to come and talk a little bit about COVID, definitely I would definitely come and share what I have to say.
I will be there. I will be there. So come on out and join us as we remember and pay homage to members of our family, friends, and neighbors, asking the Lord to guide them to continue to heal our community. So we have a date, guys, on October 8th at 2 p.m. at Smoky Park.
Let's play one of my favorite songs. And this song I'm going to dedicate to all those who help to make all our projects possible. A song that's dear to my heart. And somebody say, Ken, you know, I like this song. And sometimes Gita would come catch me play this song that to put me to sleep. And here is one of my favorite song recently.
Sajna, oh Sajna, Sajna. सजना ओ सजना मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया जीवन भर ये प्यार हमारा जीवन भर ये प्यार हमारा बन के रहेगा अपना सहारा टूट न पाए अब ये कसम टूट न पाए अब ये कसम प्यार न बदले अपना सजना ओ सजना मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया तेरा प्यार है दुनिया में तेरा प्यार है दुनिया में तू ना मिला तो मर जाऊंगी साथ रहे हम जन्म जन्म साथ रहे हम जन्म जन्म साथ ना छूटे अपना सजना ओ सजना मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया 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 मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया
What a beautiful song to
Ooh,
be,
the heart.
you know, it's a beautiful song to be in bed with your other half on a rainy night.
Jesus of Christ. In the next 9 months, you hear somebody pregnant and give birth to a child. You talking about it's a, but you know what? When I hear this song, oh my God, it touched my soul, my heart. Every day I listen to the song when I'm going to work because when I'm going to work, Radhika, I want to be in a good mood. So I listen to this, and this song just set the heart in place.
Touches the soul.
All
Yes,
right, let's
yes.
go.
I just want to send greeting to my sister Nan Murad Singh, all the way from St. Clouds. Thank you for logging on, my beautiful sister. And of course, my sister Shanti Shivraj, all the way from Canada. Thank you for logging on. Our friend Nalini, Michael and Nalini Naidu just logged on.
Lord, they
too, I
always look
believe.
nice. I wonder where they
Thank you,
shop.
guys.
They have to take me to the store that they shop because I can't dress like them. Before I forget, Shanti Singh, I was watching too. Shanti, and I forget to mention that Shanti, I hope she's watching, that does a lot too. She gives, she share. If I ask her for a little donation, she will send it. Shanti, thank you very much. I hope you're still listening to us. If you're watching, thank you very much. Another person that I see just tune in, and I don't want to miss these people because they're the one who help taking us where we want to go. Sherry Algaredo, thank you for your love, your support. She is a young lady that does things behind closed door. She does not. She always help us in any way that she can. So thank you very much for helping me, my dear. You know I love you like cook food. I get to learn who she is really behind the scene. So thank you very much. You're watching From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken right here on Island Zone Radio.
We also have logged on our good friend, my sister-in-law, to Sati Ramnarayan. Thank you for being on, and I guess Keisha's there with you. Hello to both of you.
Hope you're talking
Right.
about love
Sati.
love and
Sati.
song and thing, and then after that, our Lord Jesus, where they're gonna lead us, you know?
So Ken, last Friday, and I missed it again. Last week was a hectic week for me.
Really,
Yeah, Pedro was having procedures, so I had to be at home. Um, I want to congratulate you on the candlelight vigil that you put together at such a very short notice with a few others. I think Jab was there, Sherry Williams was there. I'm not sure who more was with you, but I could not be there because my husband had a medical
of course, and I
procedure.
understand that.
But my heart was with you guys, no? So tell us about the cause. I think this is your second vigil. How did it all start? Why do you choose to do this vigil every year?
You know, sometimes I get carried away with doing a lot of stuff. And, when I started actually with radio, it was because of suicide prevention. And myself, Neela, Bibi, we all started together. And I'm so glad that these two girls, we did a lot of work together. And I'm so glad that we are still together in the same framework. And they're always supporting me. Neela is upstate New York, and Bibi is in Guyana. So sometimes I go with the radio. You know, I live a very busy life, and I don't get to do the things that I really want to do. But after I learned that it was, I know that it was Suicide Prevention Month, I said, let me do something. And so then I said, man, let me cancel because I didn't want the place is getting cold. I don't want to be standing out there because, I am always coughing and all these kind of things. But Jap said, Ken, let's do it. I'm going to support you. And so Jap came, Sabina came, and we were lucky. I met a good an attorney there who's going to be on the show. We'll interview her sometime in the near future. And we had a really nice, intimate candlelight vigil at Smoky Park. I could not ask for a better
Ambience.
vigil. Yes, it was so nice. It was good. And why I did this, a lot of times in life, sometimes, like I said, we get carried away. But a lot of people going through hard time in life. A lot of people feel hopeless and helpless. And if we together as a team, as friends, can help each other, to give them hope, to be kind to them, where our words are concerned, where our act of kindness is concerned, we can make a big difference. I learned that although I am from Guyana, I'm a guy who I always tell you I fail all my exams. I came to America, I got sent back. I was judged so many times. If I could make a difference in this world, and I do that, and I make a big difference because, you know what, like I said, there are so many people behind me. And I always say, I tell people, anytime you want to say thanks to me, please don't say thanks to me alone. Say thanks to all the people who support me, who carry me through. So the rest of my life, I don't know how long more I have in this world. But like I said, the rest of my life, I want to be kind. I've been judged so many times. I've been pulled through the mud, like so many times. But I'm going to stand up. I don't care what anybody say. I don't care who pull me up, because every one person that tried to pull me down, I got 100 people carrying me through, helping me to fly. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. I tell
Exactly.
you, don't believe, ladies and gentlemen, that I don't get my share of beating. Or people say things that I like today, like I learned a whole lot of things that
We'll
people
come into
say.
that.
Yeah, we can come to that. Yeah. But we all could make a difference in this world. I'm telling you, if you add $1 and send $1 to me, I want you to feel accomplished because we are making a difference. You give me $5, you give me $10, you give me $100. Even if you cannot give and you have the thought of helping me, helping Radhika, helping the poor people in Guyana. When some people send me a message,
Just a kind word, an incentive, a word of encouragement means a lot as well.
today you told me to read this, read a comment that someone sent to me, and I tell you, I get a lot of nice comments that I sometimes don't share. Let me share this one with you. Because I was like, when should I ever stop doing what I'm doing? And then I received a beautiful note from someone. Hey, did not watch the clip in New York, but he's not looking after the poor people. Thank you for helping our poor class of people in Guyana over here. Keep up the good work you're doing to help our people. The so and so person does not speak on behalf of the poor people who really needs the stuff you're sending. Thank you again for your kindness. It goes a long way helping your brothers and sisters in Guyana. And when someone writes me these kind of comments, it makes me feel good. It gives me the drive to continue to do what I do.
And that you're on the right path of doing.
And when someone, I always say that a compliment from a poor person makes my heart grow so much that sometimes more than a rich person. And so, listen, I get a lot of nice compliments that carry me through every day from poor people. I have over 100 awards in nursing and my birds. I get enough awards. It's time, long time now. I'm looking for the awards from God above, and His blessings mean a lot.
You're getting blessings in abundance.
Like I tell people, right, that the Bible says very clearly that thou shalt not want, Radhika. A poor boy come from Guyana, and I'm living that. I could call some people now that's in my shout box and said, I need 200. I wouldn't call her name. I need $200. Tomorrow morning when I wake up, it's inside of my account. And I work hard to build the repetition that I have where people can trust me. People call me, I spend 20 minutes, half an hour. My wife sometimes say, bye, come out the phone yet. By the time I phone the, and you the same thing, because sometimes I want to talk to you and I can't get to talk to you, or sometimes you want to talk to me and you don't get to talk to me.
Yeah, we're both listening.
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
trying to help.
Yeah.
Ravindra, you're a little bit late today, bye. But thank you for logging on. And yes, we thank you so very much for always encouraging words, and more than words, you're always giving to us as well. So thank you so
And
much.
I always say Ravindra is one of our angels on the Ken Ramprasad show and from our hearts with Radhika and Ken. And that boy lives in me because of his kindness. I have never met him, but I know before the year out that we will be meeting somehow or the other.
Yeah.
And just to know that I appreciate everything that you do. And I always say everything that I do is not about me, it's about all of you who have carried me.
Exactly. Also want to shout out to my friend Angela Ramsarup for logging on. Hi, Angela and Michael. How are you guys doing? All right, so let's move on a little bit. Also, yesterday, I was happy to take part to march under the banner of the Sri Ganesh Mandir under the guidance of Pandit Yogeshwar
yes.
Narayan in the Gandhi Peace March on Liberty Avenue. This event was organized by the USA Pandits Parishad as well. We then attended a beautiful program at the Sri Lakshmi Narayan Mandir on 128th Street. The occasion was graced by quite a few distinguished dignitaries, including the Mayor of New York City, Mayor Eric Adams, the Assemblywoman Jennifer Rajkumar, our community liaison, Patricia Raghunandan, some of New York City's finest, the NYPD was in the house. A lot of learned pandits were there, and more than anything, I enjoyed the talents of the children from the various mandirs. It was very heartwarming to see them. Sometimes you think that these parents, I have to commend the parents of these children as well for guiding them on these paths. And the Pandits, especially Pandit Yogeshwar for, what he does with the children as well. So I just want to say a little bit on the great Mahatma Gandhi. His birthday is coming up on October 2nd. And he was a great soul, one of the greatest souls to walk on this planet. And October 2nd is worldwide Mahatma Gandhi Jayanti, right? So the great Mahatma Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, he was a remarkable lawyer, a social reformer, and a freedom warrior who worked relentlessly, tirelessly to free our motherland, India, from the British rule. He became known as the father of the nation. So his belief was based on the principles of ahimsa, which is the principles of nonviolence. His great thoughts and his ideologies today still make him the Mahatma. And he continues to be a pride of East Indians all over the world. So he was a man of ethics, values, and discipline, and his principles still motivates and encourages young people worldwide today. However, no matter how good you are or how much you try to help people, no sacrifices sometimes make it. And there will always be people opposing you, naysayers, and and sadly, Gandhi, he was the 20th century most famous apostle of nonviolence. He met a violent death, you know. He was on January 29th, 1948. He was shot by a Hindu fanatic, and his death, resounded worldwide. Now, I wanted to talk about this because I want to ask you this question. Why did so many great men who fought for us for liberation and justice often ended up in prison? Because Gandhi was jailed many times. So was Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X. Um, what do you think about that? Why did people, I'm not saying that you're doing good and you're going to end up in jail, but
No, I would not be going to no jail. I would not take it to that extent. While I want to, and I'm glad you say that we had a discussion today. I believe that, sometimes we don't want to talk about things like, we both were like, should we talk about, what the president said? And sometimes people need to know how we think and what we think, since we are a little bit trailblazer. And when I think back of some of the great people that passed this world, they were some of the people who stand up for injustice. They were some of the people who stand up for right over wrong. One of the names that I think about, if our viewers can hear, Rosa Parks, who did not give up her seat on the bus,
change history.
change history. And a day like today, we all could enjoy some of the goodness of these people, some of the things they stand up to. And standing up for right and justice and so on doesn't make someone a bad person. And I start to think that because I don't like to talk about presidents and politics and so on, but sometimes we need to stand up for what is right. And I'm not saying we're going to shoot anybody or we shoot at words or we're going to get mad with people and so, no. And like I always tell Radhika, and I am so glad I have that kind of peace in me, that when I'm on the radio, I don't talk loosely, number one. I try to be respectful with everyone. And I try to bring a balanced discussion with you and I.
Exactly.
So we could say what's on our mind, how we could make a difference in the world that we live in. Excuse me. So let's continue to make a difference in the world that we live in.
With that part and with all these great leaders that we have, I just want to say, leave a note with the people, right? Martin Luther King Jr., he argued that the Gandhian philosophy was the only orally and practically sound method open to oppressed people in their struggle for freedom. So, as I said, Gandhi, the values and his ethics still continue on to today. But before we go, we're running out of time.
Right.
And I want to hit this with you today. Um, it's usually all this thing, he said, them said, who said. In a short, I want to talk a little bit about gossiping because that has been hitting so hard that you're getting this one said, the one said, I get this one said, the one said, and I just want to say gossip is a nasty disease if you
Right,
think
right,
about it,
right.
you know. It's a poison that kills relationships,
Right.
right? Um, Rumors, slanders, secrets, lies, comments, whispers behind your back, they can really sting. They can break up a lot of commitments and everything. I know that all these are very hurtful. You know, all these things are hurtful. But my advice is that the most important factor to remember that it doesn't really matter what other people say about you or think about you. You know who you are. So what really matters is you, and you know who you are. But whoever gossips, I just want to say, whoever gossips with you will gossip about you. So we have to be careful of that, right? So question, Ken, you have several friends, and one of the things, we all have several friends, and we always come to a point. If if you don't if two of your friends have a problem, right? If two of your friends have a problem, there's some pansy patsy thing.
Pansy Patsy, yeah.
Yeah, something about that. That if Pansy, what's that? If Patsy stop talking to Patsy, Pansy wants you to stop talking to
Patsy, or
Patsy
whatever
too,
it is.
right? Something like that. Yeah. So why, if two of your friends have problem, what does it have to do with you?
Absolutely. And I'm glad we are talking about this. You know, listen, and I'm glad we're talking about this, and stay with us for a couple of minutes more. Um, you know, I will say this. I will say this. There was somebody who I really like, and I love this person. And I'll just say, because my book is open. I love this person. She was here at our home, and I always tell Gita how she's pretty and she's this and she's that, um, and she called. She respect Gita and so on. And then somebody went to her and tell her, I say she's ugly, and her boyfriend is no good.
Oh,
And they went and they told her a whole lot of things. And, and it bothered me because, and the person stopped speaking to me. And then a couple of people I see was cold with me. And I'm like, what have I really done to these people that and I discuss it with you that I know I don't go about and talk bad things about people, because I don't want to do that. You know what I'm
that's a
saying?
no-no that we have.
Right.
That's a no-no that we have.
And I even and I'll tell you guys, when we started, and you tell me, when Radhika started radio with me, when I said to her that you will come to the studio, you will hear a lot of stories. People will talk about themselves, or they will talk that's what's bothering them. But I want that everything that discussed in this studio is left right here.
Exactly.
I told you that.
Yes.
I said we are not going to care and bring. If people trust us, we have to trust ourselves. So, after going through all of this, and that person was very good to me. They donate to me. They were very kind to me. So I reached out to that person before, and I said, I love you. You're someone I love. What happened? What's the story between me and you?
And that's the way I think people should. If you know something is wrong, you have a heart.
And
Find out what's the matter. Clear up the problem.
So, we talk, and so I told her how much I love her, and she told me how much she loved me. And then today, that person felt comfortable in telling me what that person told them. And it bothered me because, I try my very best not to go talk about people like that. To gossip about this one and that. Like I said before, we all talk bullshit sometimes. Excuse that expression. But to go say someone is ugly, and I always told you that everybody is beautiful in their own way. And the truth of the matter is, it's a beautiful girl. She's nice and petite and lovely, and we did work together and so on. So we have to be very careful when we hear people come talk about other people what we do. And I also blame that
Yeah,
person
but
and the other people too that's thing. And I'll tell you why. I think when somebody come tell you something, you need to take it with a grain of salt and find out for truth. Is this true what the person is saying?
exactly.
And so I blame some of the things of that person to believe because I would not go that they should know me. I tell people all the time on the radio, if I don't like you, I'll stay far from you. If I don't like you, probably a good morning or good afternoon. That's just good enough for me. I'm not coming to take out pictures with you. I'm not coming for all of these things. So I would hope with each other in our community that let us be kinder to each other. A lot of people struggling. A lot of people going through things in life. A lot of women talking about each other. Stop. Support each other. Build each other. Life is full of a lot of problems. I got problems.
Everybody has problems, but as you said, communication, that's why we have understanding, you know. If there's something in the air to clarify and you need to know if that person really said something, reach out and find out. Because that person might not even know why you're angry at him or her. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what anybody said. And people do make up things. When they see some people are living, you know, they have a good relationship going, people try to get in between. So it could be friends, it could be husband and wife, it could be you know, any kind of relationship. They would try to get in between.
You talk about that. I was surprised that one of my neighbor told Gita that I was cheating, and I told you. You know, I wonder how people come up with these things, and why would people come up with these kind of lying things? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I know we got time going. We got a couple of minutes more.
We got a couple minutes more, and I just want to say, our Rowena Lau, our Roro is on. She said, better late than never. But no matter what, Rowena, you're late or not, you're worth the wait. So
That's
thank
right.
you for coming on.
Thank you, Michael and Lena. Thank you very much, John from Queens. Let's see, Shanti Chan is on. Thank you, Shanti. Pandit, thank you for tuning on and stay with us. John from Queens, thank you very much. Shanti, thank you. Our beautiful friend, Rohini Surj Bali from Florida. Thank you so much. That's our Jamun.
Man, Jamon, girl, I hear you have white tea too.
What?
Why you don't send some white tea for us?
Oh, God, we in trouble. Probably we should take it, but God, it's so far till Florida. But I appreciate the Jamun. It's so delicious. Sarita K. Wall, a very good evening to you. Thank you very much. Sati, thank you very much. So, Debbie Gee, thank you. Ravindra, thank you very much. And so we're going to close off with a nice song that you guys would enjoy. We're so
Shanti
glad.
Chan is here too.
Yeah.
So before we close off, I just want to say quickly, you know, about gossiping. There are 7 rules that people should have, right? Let it go. Let it go. Never ruin a good day thinking about a bad yesterday, right? Ignore them. Simply ignore them. Don't listen to other people. They're troublemakers. Get down to the person, as I said, communicate with that person. Get it over with. And if the person did say it, you know, take your time. Time heals everything. People would say things, and once the word is out, you can't get it back, but they may not have meant it in that way. There's a misinterpretation or whatever, right? And never compare. Don't compare people. The only person you should try to beat is, or to win, is the person that you were yesterday. Compete with yourself. Try to be a better person day by day. And when all is done, just stay calm. Stay calm and enjoy our last song of the evening. Thank you guys for logging on.
You know,
One love.
Yeah, I was going to play a song that I like, but John from Queens says, play She's Royal. So guess what? I will play She's Royal.
Natural beauty, you know. Yeah. No, I've never been someone shy until I seen your eyes. Still I had to try. Yeah. Oh yes. Let me get my words right and then approach you. Woman, I'll treat you like a man is supposed to. You'll never have to cry. No. I know everyone can relate to when they find a special someone. And she's royal, yeah, so royal. And I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind. No, the way she moves to her own beat, she has the qualities of a queen. She's a queen, ooh, ooh, but a natural beauty. No need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen, she's a queen. And when they ask what a good woman's made of, she's not afraid and ashamed of who she is. She's royal, yeah, so royal.
She is brown sugar.
In my life, I never knew anyone so one of a kind.
Baby is one of a kind. My aunt Dolores Sigobin, one of a kind. Rowena Lal, one of a kind. The beautiful Shanti Chan, a very good evening to you. One of a kind, a star girl. Nalini Naidu. You are all queens. Shanti, a queen. Sati is another queen, a singing queen.
I know the
Hafiza
king
Khan,
and
a very good
queen
evening
knows
to
your time.
you.
So I never leave your side. Just stick with me through the trial times.
The beautiful
Says she
Rohini
no
Suresh Bali,
mind.
a very good
Alright,
evening
I
to
know
you.
good
Thank
man
you
is
very
hard
much.
to
You are a
find.
beauty queen.
And she can't about that giant
Shanta
line.
Ramroop, good
That's why she
night.
has no ties at
Angela
this time.
Ramsaroop,
Yeah.
Angie
I
Olati
know
Debigi.
many men are trying, but she needs to be more than wine and dine because she's royal, yeah, so royal, and I
The beautiful
want her
Nan Marat
in my
saying,
life.
you are royal
Never
to
knew
Nan.
anyone so divine. No. The way she moves to her own beat, she has the qualities of a queen.
Dr.
So
Fami, a very good evening to you.
supreme.
Thank you very much.
Ooh, ooh, what a natural beauty. No need no makeup.
Baby Ali,
to be
you are more than a
cutie.
queen.
She's a
You
queen.
are a beautiful soul in this world.
So supreme.
All of you ladies.
Yeah. And when they ask what a good woman's made of, she's not afraid
Watch
and
in the mirror
ashamed
and you'll
of
see what
who
a
she
beautiful woman
is.
made of.
She's royal, yeah, so royal, and I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind.
On behalf of Radhika and myself, we would like to wish you guys a very good week. Have a pleasant night and hope, I don't know, Radhika said next 9 months that somebody will get a baby and we'll name the baby. If it's a son, Ken, and if it's a daughter, we're going to name the baby Radhika. So next 9 months, let me see who going to get a baby. We will stand everything. We'll buy the whole bedroom set for the baby.
The whole bedroom set, and I'm doing the baby shower.
That's right, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken right here on Island Zone Radio. We love you. Thank you very much for tuning in. And we got some in Ramnarine. Thank you very much. Good night, sleep good. And you guys.
See you guys next Monday, 8:30 on the dot.